Hey y'all, welcome back to the OTR Mechanics channel. My name's Shad, and today we're working on our John Deere BO. All I know about this tractor is that it's notoriously hard to start. The gentleman said that he parked it and quit using it because he couldn't get it to crank up. Now yesterday I came out and messed with it a little bit and about rubbed a blister on my hand spinning that flywheel. So I believe him. That being said, see if we can figure out why. Alright, so we should just be able to pull this fuel line off. Got me a little bucket to try to mitigate some of the gas pouring out. And there's a big 1 1/8" bolt on the bottom. That should drop the whole bowl assembly off. Yeah, of course. Grab another wrench. We got our bowl draining out. Dad said the points are crusty. Yeah, they're definitely crusty looking. You see them right down there? Definitely need to be cleaned. So when you get this thing on high cam, there's a gap distance between here and here. I have to look it up and see what it is on this machine. I'm wanting to say it was about 15 thousandths, but we'll check that point gap also. All right, she quit pissing. I'm gonna take the bowl off. And there's our bowl. Now, it really doesn't look that bad inside. The question is the needle in the float moving? Let's pull this cover off and look. Screen looks pretty good. I'll just set it to the side for right now. I'm going to go ahead and pull this rocker cover off and look at these valves and see where they're set at. We'll come back around to the carburetor. In the meantime, Dad cleaned these points off, and we spun it around so he could check the points gap. Points gap is supposed to be 15 thousandths, best I can tell. And this one is about 10 thousandths. Okay. So that makes a big difference when your fire. Now we did check spark and we did have some spark, but that point gap determines how intense that spark is. So that should make a big difference. The gentleman said this thing was always really, really hard to start. Maybe. And that could possibly be one of the contributing factors to it. But we're going to go ahead and clean the carburetor. I'm going to check these valves since we're here. If we got a valve out of adjustment, that'll make it real hard to start too. We're going to keep on going. Well, one of these days I'm going to learn just to keep this camera set up somewhere and rolling all the time. So we pulled the rocker cover off. I was going to adjust these valves, and I heard something metallic fall. Get digging around and find this. Now, that's a piece of a rocker arm. That ain't good. So that's where it went. Upon further inspection, got a stuck valve down here. It's fully collapsed. That's a rocker arm. That ain't good. But yeah, that'll definitely cause you a hard start. So, wonder if that push rod's bent. It's just been flopping around. Yep, it's bent. Y'all see that? It's definitely bent. Well, we went ahead and took our rocker shaft off. Now you can really see our valves that are stuck. At least that one over there. You can get a little better look at the carnage. So one of these things are not like the other. One of these things just don't belong. This one that broke's cast iron, the other three are stamped steel. Now, I ain't no two-cylinder John Deere expert by any means, but I have read that cast was original design, stamped steel was later designed due to that issue. So that makes sense. Went ahead and ordered a new stamped steel, new old stock rocker arm for it. And in the meantime, we know we got at least one stuck valve. I got my valve checker 5000 here. Let's see what we got. So that's should be an intake valve. That one's free. Easy. That one's good. Exhaust valve. Uh-oh. She's stuck. Stuck hard. Okay. We know this exhaust valve's stuck. And try our other intake over here. Dad's putting points back together. All right. That one's good and free. Hey, that one freed up. Did y'all see that?
Come all the way back out.
Yep, exhaust valve's free now. That's what they're supposed to sound like. Now, you don't want to warp the hell out of these things. You got retainers in there that keep the caps on the valves. If you hit them too hard, you can bounce them out. And I'm not wailing on it, but she's free. That's all it takes is to be a little stuck. Now this side here is stuck hard, and if you look, let me grab a light. The end of this valve is pretty beat up. Dang, fuel line's right in the way. The end of that valve right there is pretty beat up. That valve. It's got some.
This one is too.
Yeah, that one's pretty beat up too. So valves are $100 a piece for this thing. Let's see if we can get this one to give up. But you see, hold on a minute, let me grab this light again. Looks like there's some rust on the valve where it meets the guide. You can't really see with this bright light, but I can see it.
Right in between those.
Yeah, it just don't show up real good on the camera. But right in there, there's some rust down the valve stem into the guide. So that might be our whole problem. We'll get some penetrating oil, soak this dude down a little bit. We'll motivate her with the old valve checker, see if we can't get her to free up. So it's been a little while since it's dark now. Back out here on the BO tractor. We know we got some stuck valves and a bad valve spring. Y'all can see this one's all distorted in the middle and it's collapsed. The middle three coils of that spring, and it's completely loose even with the valve all the way up. So she ain't no good. I got one of them ordered. But this dude here, this guy right there, she ain't supposed to be like that. She is stuck. She was stuck out, and I beat the hell out of it. Now it's stuck down. So I don't know which is worse, but I got to get her back up, or try to. Let's see if we can do that. First thing I'm gonna do is give her a drink of blaster. Let that marinate for a minute. Now, let's see. One thing that goes real good with PB Blaster is heat. So we don't want to put too much heat on it. Parts for this thing are pretty expensive. I only ordered one valve spring, so I don't want to get this one so hot that I take the spring out of it. But a little heat goes a long ways. Got a little mini torch. We're just going to ease the heat in her. Real easy. Try to get it thorough. You got a valve guide in there, and the valve guide is about as long as that spring is compressed down to right now. So we're not really heat soaking the valve stem. We're putting it on the guide. Try to get it all the way around her. So don't want to get her too hot. Don't want to leave it in any spot very long. We just want a nice warmth to her. And this is an open gas line here, by the way, so y'all don't do like me. This is for entertainment purposes only. I don't condone anything I do to anybody else. I don't condone most of the things I do to myself. All right, little heat in her. Now we need to try to push her back out. How are we going to do that? Old claw hammer. And I can look in there and see that valve. So I'm going to stick this in there. Got it right on the face of it. And you don't want to just go pressing on it real hard, because you can break the valve or bend it, neither of which I want to do. But I got just a little bit of tension on it. I'm leaning up against her, as you can see. Y'all watch that valve down there, that spring. I'm just gonna tap this sucker. I ain't trying to hit it hard enough to knock her in. I'm just trying to vibrate it a little bit. Whoops. Ooh, she moved some. All right, so we got her to move a little bit. Gonna ease on her a little bit more. Keep going, see if we can't get her to come all the way back up. Oh, there she went. Y'all see that? So I think she wants to work. Let's see. Got a flashlight around here somewhere. There we go. All right. So, y'all see all that brown on that valve stem there? That's all that rust we're getting loose. That's good. I'm gonna hit her with another shot of PB. Actually, I'm gonna hit her with a shot of brake clean first. Try to get some of that stuff out of there. Try to work some of that old stuff out. And then we'll hit her with a follow-up shot of PB Blaster. Just as info, if y'all ever clean anything like that with brake clean, make sure you do hit it with some kind of oil, because in just a little while it'll flash rust over. So she's all the way up now. We need to work her back and forth a little bit and see if she's gonna work like she ought to. How about that? She's working like a valve now. That's what we want to see. That's good. I like it. I like that a lot. You hear that dull thud? That's because she ain't got no spring left. She is sprung. So, got a new spring coming. We'll get her slapped in. I'm gonna do it with the head on. Get her plugged in. I got a new push rod coming because this one is bent. If y'all don't believe me. She's bent. So, new push rod coming, new valve spring, and what else did I order? Oh, rocker arm, duh. So once we get all them, I think we'll be back in business. Put my little screwdriver up. I got a bunch of PB Blaster in that cylinder because I've sprayed some in on the valve side also. And the bore, the piston only comes up to about here. So we got a big old gap full of PB Blaster in there. I got to get all that out before we try to crank her up. But when she has some compression, she'll probably blow it on out. That's pretty good work. I'm glad she came for you. I was worried about that. Well, we didn't get the old girl running today, but I think we're going in the right direction. We got parts on order. Cat, what are you doing? Had a shop cat show up last week, and he ain't left yet. I don't know where he belongs, but I guess we got us a new mascot. Anyways, we didn't get her going, but I think we're going in the right direction. You're gonna have to start finding some mice if you're gonna stay here, Cat. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. The channel's growing. We're getting some new subscribers. I appreciate everybody for watching, everybody subscribing and liking. And if y'all like this kind of stuff, I got a whole bunch more to work on. Lots more tractors, lots more cars, and some big trucks. So, yeah. What are you doing? You don't belong up here. What's your name? If anybody's missing a cat in the central Georgia area, might be this one. Anyways, I guess he's taking over the video. I'm about to go in. It's getting late. Thank y'all again, and good night.